The Whispering Waters. The Pascagoula River had always been more than just a body of water. It was alive, its currents flowing like veins through the land, carrying the whispers of those who had lived and died along its banks. The Pascagoula. People believed the river listened, that it carried their songs into the heart of the earth and back again, echoing through the wind. Every evening, just before the sun sank below the horizon, the Pascagoula would gather along the riverbank. Men, women, and children would join hands, lift their voices, and sing. Their melodies were not just songs but prayers, offered to the spirits of the water, who watched over them. Among them stood Altama, a young Pascagoula warrior with eyes like the deep woods and a heart that burned with a forbidden love. His gaze was fixed on the opposite shore, where the land of the Biloxi tribe began. He had no business longing for what lay beyond the river, yet he did, because there, beyond the enemy's land, lived Enola. The daughter of the Biloxi chief, Enola was as wild and untamed as the wind. Her hair fell in dark waves around her shoulders, and her eyes held the golden fire of a sunset. From the moment Altama had seen her, he had loved her, despite knowing it could cost them both their lives. A rustling in the trees behind him made Altama tense. He turned, hand instinctively reaching for the knife at his waist, but then he saw her, Enola. She stepped toward him, the setting sun painting her in hues of orange and crimson. Her voice was soft, but urgent. "Altama," she whispered. "My father knows." The words sent a chill through him. "What has he done?" Enola swallowed hard. "He has promised me to Tacchuba. Tomorrow I will be his wife." Rage surged through Altama like wildfire. Tacchuba was not just any Biloxi warrior. He was their most ruthless, a man who had hunted and killed Pascagoula before. He was a beast, a conqueror. He would never love Enola the way Altama did. "No," Altama said fiercely. "I will not let this happen. Come with me. We leave tonight." Enola's lips trembled. She turned, looking back toward the Biloxi village, where torches were beginning to flicker in the distance. She could say no. She could walk away. But when she turned back to Altama, her fingers curled around his hand. "Yes," she whispered. "We run." Neither of them knew that fate had already written their story, and it would end with a song that never died. The Mai. Betrayal. The night air was thick with the scent of damp earth and pine as Altama and Enola crept through the dense forest, their hands tightly clasped.